Hey everyone, today's tutorial is going to show you how to make a digital portrait like this using a couple different images. I'm using Autodesk Sketchbook, making this super easy. All we need is 3 different layers. One background color that's a solid fill, one that is a galaxy insert, and the last one is Neil deGrasse Tyson's head. One important thing to remember is you want the highest quality image that you can find. So I'm doing a Google image search here, and there is actually a button that is called Tools. If you tap on that, you can select the size to a larger size. You can search by color, and you can also search by type. So in this case, I'm going to tap Size and tap Large, and then I'm going to find a photo that I want to use. Once you found one that you like, tap the image. That should open it up in a new browser. Scroll down to the image and hold your finger on the picture that you want and tap Add to Photos to save that to your camera roll. The next thing I searched for is a galaxy. Scrolled through a few images, found one that I liked. Again, I tapped Large under Tools to save it as the highest resolution image. Find that on the website and save that to your camera roll. Now that we have our images saved, I'm making a new sketch at screen resolution, the middle one. Tap Create, and I like to pinch and zoom out so I can see the full frame. I like to see the edges of what I'm going to work with. Along the top toolbar, tap the Landscape button. This will import the image that you want. We're going to start with Neil, and I'm going to zoom to fill the frame all the way to the edges. Then I'll select the layer below that, find the galaxy, import that. Unfortunately, you can't see it because it's the layer below. So if I tap that layer and hold it and bring that above the other layer, then I'm able to see that galaxy. Whatever image that you have filling your head will appear there if you drag it above. So the first thing we'll do is remove the background on Neil's picture. So make sure that his layer is selected. Tap the selection tool up top, and we're going to use the magic wand tool, keeping the tolerance kind of low. As you tap the background, it should select an area, and you're just going to repeat this over and over again, tapping the photograph of the portrait, cut, tap a new selection, tap cut. If it cuts in a little bit far like it did in his hair, we can bring the tolerance a little bit lower, reselect that area, and then recut. Repeat this over and over again until your entire background has been removed. The next thing I'm going to do to clean up the background is to use the eraser tool, and I'm going to erase all the little tiny bits and pixels that are still visible to me. Make sure that you zoom in and try to get all of those details erased out. It's also important to note that I am still on Neil deGrasse Tyson's layer. Make sure that you are on that portrait layer when you're doing all of the erasing. The next step is selecting a background color. Tap the bottom blank layer, go to your color selector, and choose something that goes along with the theme or with the person that you have. I know that I have a galaxy in here which has a lot of cool blues, purple, so I'm going to choose a purple, nice bright purple for my background color. If you tap the paint bucket, make sure it's a solid fill, tap your background blank layer, and that will fill it in that solid color. Now here's one fun little feature. If you tap the HSL Adjustment when you're on the photo layer, you can adjust the hue, the saturation, and the light or darkness of that image. So here I'm just kind of sliding up the sliders, sliding them down left and right, seeing what I like, making them light and dark, trying to get colors that I feel like go along with the image. Feel free to do this with your own portrait. I decided for me, I like desaturated black and white image, so that's what I went with. So now I'm going to select Neil's face and bring it away from his head, making sure I have his layer selected. Along the top selection tool, I'm going to use the lasso option and I'm going to draw a shape around and under his chin, outside from his cheek. You can go onto the background here, maybe follow their hairline, go back to that layer, tap cut, and on that same portrait layer, tap it again and tap paste. Now you can use your 2 fingers to stretch and pull his face away from his head. I'm trying to keep it in proportion, but you can make it a little bit bigger if you'd like. Now we're getting to the fun part where we put that image insert coming from inside of his head. So you need to make sure that that layer is in the middle between the portrait and the background. You can hold your finger on there, drag it down, and I need to stretch this to size. So I tapped that image of the galaxy, tapped cut, retapped it, tapped paste, and now I'm able to angle it and transform it to the size that I want. The next thing I'm going to do is select the photo layer, bring down the opacity on that portrait. What that allows me to do is to see through Neil's face to see the galaxy behind it. Then I'll tap the galaxy picture. I'm going to use the eraser tool, making sure that it's not too big, not too much of a fuzzy edge, because we want nice, clean, sharp lines here. The top eraser seems to work a little bit better than the angled one. And I'm going to go into that galaxy and start erasing that. Now the portrait is going to look see-through because you've turned down the opacity. We'll turn that back up at the end. Take time to use the eraser tool and go right along the edge of that galaxy that you see. We want that to be shown only in the inside of his face. The last step for me is to erase the galaxy behind his hair. I'm going to use a bigger eraser tool and erase that out. Last step is to tap the top left button, save to your camera roll, and it's that easy to make a digital portrait.